disable my Ethernet for now and see if that will help at all. The biggest issue, of course, is with aiming with her. It's still slow, but it's not as slow as normal. I'm definitely not going to try to get any crystal flies. And it's like this. And I mean, I could record instead of streaming, but I do want to be able to share these things. So, what else did I want to do? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to switch back to English for the voices because otherwise I'm not going to be able to understand the kinds of things that are said in passing. Notice does it have for us? And Battlefront Misty Dungeon Trial Character Event. Travelers may assemble a team with the specific trial characters provided and challenge 6 trials of different themes. Complete the trial quest to obtain rewards. Prima gems here, wits, talent up, materials. So this is the one that was focusing on the talent up. Here are 20 or above. There's a total of 6 trials with different themes. Starting with the first day of the event, 2 new trials will be unlocked every 2 days. In Trials of Battlefront Misty Dungeons, you must activate all the ancient runes within the timeline to gain access to the final challenge. Each trial has a different leyline disorder, and the distribution of enemies and trap mechanisms also varies. You may only use the specific trial characters provided, and non-mental residents will not be available to you. That's weird. So even if they give you the right characters, you won't be able to do like double pyro or anything like that. If you have the trial character, then said trial character and the trial will adopt the constellation levels of your the character you actually own. If you do not have the trial character's default constellation will be 0. Oh, so it's at least 0. But if you have C3 or C4 or C6, it will adopt that. So that's kind of good. And it will give you a chance to play with a character that you might not have, which, considering the number of players who are low spending or who are free to play, chances of that aren't actually as low as you might think. Forgot to set up my cell phone as my stream controller before, so I'm going to do that now. There we go. And now I should be able to see if my stream is in there or if it has issues. So to start this quest, I need to talk to Jean again. I haven't been playing in chronological order, so the last thing I did had to do with her. It was her quest. I finished off Venti's and I finished off hers. So I've been doing a lot of things that have to do with the knights lately. And yet chronologically, as far as we're concerned, we just confronted the Abyss Order and found out that our sister is involved with that. So we're gonna go in here. Also, I've been keeping up with the with Wind Trace. I think people have gotten used to it in the way it works now, so it can be challenging trying to hide from hunters and also find rebels who now know how it works much better than I do. Before I was able to find the hidden rebels, but the last few times I've been hunter, I haven't been able to find anyone at all. Seems open again. And I can get rid of that. Because I don't want to be looking at work stuff right now. Oh, there's an update for the NVIDIA driver, but I've already started. I should have checked for that before. Knock, knock.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find my sister again and talk to her.
Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
Nights are busy.
Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment of peace. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
Really? Why would that be?
The Fatui? Again?
It's either them or the Abyss Order.
But who is the
Trust us.
Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again, as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today.
So anyone in the Lawrence clan probably isn't much in favor of the Knights, huh?
The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
So the Lawrence clan and Mondstadt aren't going to be on friendly terms, just in general.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
And anything they do, the Lawrence clan are going to be taken advantage of in the end by the Fatui. So it's not going to be good for either them or Mondstadt. Especially when we know the kinds of stuff that Sarita and La Signora can get up to. Never mind Shielded, but this isn't his brand of thing. He likes fights.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
So why us in particular?
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember.
Right, the Lawrence clan isn't going to be in favor of the Knights, as I said before.
We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights.
And continue to want to rule Mondstadt. I get the
No matter
picture.
what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase.
So I guess you want us to act not as are representatives of the Knights, even though we are an honorary member. Sure, we can act as an adventurer,
All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
but as the honorary Knight, I technically also belong to them, I guess.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
So we are to ingratiate ourselves with the Lawrence and investigate whether or not they're working with the Fatui. Got it.
Whoa. Leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with.
True, and after all, you are a noble, just like the Lawrence clan.
The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls.
Lately? So this is something that he didn't usually do.
It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch.
I hope things will go smoothly.
Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
Alright, good to know. Also, that was pretty close up. The other thing I need to know I can load in here. And then see if your favorite food. Eula's, I mean. Knowing what she can cook isn't going to help, since I would need her first to be able to cook. Special disc with Stormcrest pie, which is made from what? She uses crystalline bloom and dandelion seeds. I don't have very many dandelion seeds. Let's see. If I go to Stormcrest Pie's page on the wiki, does it say what it's made from? Base dish moon pie.
The rite of parting? Did something terrible happen again?
I can make moon pie. I suppose I have little choice in the matter. And I kept missing. I'm guessing he won't like it very much if I keep looking for resources when I'm with him. No. Oh, that must be Schubert. Doobie doobie doober.
Huh?
No,
Who
I know
are you?
he's named for a composer.
Hello, we're here to...
Hello?
Look, that is
Did
what
I
she
hear
said.
you correctly? Hello?
That is what she said, but she is also a child. I hope you would forgive her.
Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner?
It's not vulgar at all, but, you know, could you give Paimon here some, some clemency? She's not all that old or experienced.
Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility.
None of that actually means anything to me, but if you want to deal with me and have me deal with you in a respectful manner, you would have to give respect as well. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee that things will go as well as it should. I do have some business with you.
If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do.
I'm afraid none of that matters or means anything. You have no power here.
Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
An appropriate etiquette would be to cut you down, but fortunately for you, we need you. You have no power here.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman.
And how long has it been since then? Because I don't think it's relevant, and hasn't been for a long time.
And
Up the
neglecting your
mean pass.
manners would result in a swift whipping.
Why do you cringe at that? He has no power.
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
No wonder the aristocracy fell.
What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
Forcing yourselves on others is not dignity. So yes,
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor.
oh, you are you?
Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
And how would you exactly know that? You don't exactly talk with them. Besides which, this is Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Things are very different by nature. If you want to talk about birth, you might have to go elsewhere. And you are aristocracy only by dint of blood, and only in Mondstadt.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you.
I also find your manners and bearing repulsive, but I do have some business. So I'm gonna come back and bother you again until you start dealing with me. Bish?
Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies.
It's not basic, it's only unique to you. I've gotten along with everyone else in Mondstadt, and I doubt you get along with anyone.
Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
You'll take something else, but it won't be your leave.
So this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with.
Yeah, about that. I'm definitely not enthralled by Schubert.
talk things over with her.
I feel like I missed something. Oh, it's Amber.
If it isn't the honorary knight. I'm
Bit of a
just on my
stutter
way
there.
out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Amber buff, maybe?
Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Yeah, and his name is Schubert, though not trouble.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
Long story.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched.
And I bet you wanted to, considering you need to perform well as the last outrider, don't you?
You just have to keep at it and never give up.
That's Amber for you.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
Schubert.
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Yeah, so maybe you should give me the chance to talk instead of breaking up things first. What do you say we try that instead next time?
Aha, Schubert! I know him! Let me guess, he said you didn't have any manners.
Sounds like you're no stranger to his rants.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
I wouldn't simplify it like that. They're tyrants, and they like being tyrants.
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore.
And they refuse to understand that that's not the way things are.
However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula.
Buddy?
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th Company.
Jean told us that the Lawrence clan sees the knights as enemies.
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
Maybe Eula doesn't like dealing with the Lawrence clan. Oh, she is the
well,
one.
it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan is frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her.
Oh, so any dealings between them would start off on a bad foot.
In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
She sounds like quite the character.
She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains.
Okay, we'll try that.
Amber? Alright, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members?
In all honesty, I want nothing to do with them. Being that they're tyrants. Okay, Paimon has stopped talking. I can porch now. Move stuff from my desk a bit to give myself a little bit more room to move. If there are any solutions here, although probably the best. There's one. There are 3 of them outside of Mondstadt, and it doesn't seem to take very long for the trees to get back enough wood that you can get them again. So potentially you could keep them on going back and forth. There's some fatui here. How very unfortunate for them.
The Fatui? What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later.
You can't really aim very well. There's the last one. Come on.
This isn't good.
Here we go. They were fairly easy to do with. If only I was playing at my normal speed, they would be super easy. That's the second time we've been saved by a Claymore user like that. Cutscene power activated. So that was what the fatigue said. Is, huh? Really handy that warriors can summon their weapons to their hands even if they put them in the ground.
Before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets?
No. Are you by any chance Eula Lawrence? We've been tracking her.
And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
Well, I guess she doesn't see us favorably, but, okay. Also, is it me, or does she maybe share a tailor with Genyu? Because those sleeves look very much like hers.
What?
I'm sorry, vengeance?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too.
Yes. Sorry, you said you were tracking them. Perhaps we can help even though we defeated that group. There are always more Fatui around, though.
If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit.
So, you just want the credit, we can give it to you.
Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Actually, I'm quite used to fighting the Fatui.
you're concerned.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch enemies?
As for the fatigue, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying either.
Arch enemies? Wait a minute. You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago.
Yeah, this is like playing the pronoun game. I don't know who she's referring to when she says arch enemies. I hope she's referring to the fatigue, though.
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt.
Back? Oh, you must be Eula.
Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
All your talk of vengeance, you're just standing there. And you came out to help us.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
So you must be Eula.
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
Unlike Schubert Lawrence, yes, but you're not one to talk about strange. You're the only one of your kind we've ever seen here.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards.
He's got a point, Paimon.
Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
Dean has asked us if he
The
does.
honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right.
Uncle? Also, it's nice that she's able to laugh. He's definitely not like the other lords.
But
That'd be
why
fine.
do you mean to investigate him?
He may secretly be involved with the fatigue.
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
It seems your vengeances have started to pile up. Do you have tokens for that?
No. This is an
Or
assignment from
markers?
Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
Aren't you worried about your uncle?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
I think Paimon was speaking more on a general level about the Lawrence clan, not about you specifically. If you're different, like Amber says, then that's another matter.
But didn't you say it first? Oh,
Paimon, you keep on stepping it. Maybe you should, I don't know, think before you speak, if you want to speak at all, or you could let me do it.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Why do you seem so happy about it?
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
that's
Yes.
right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
But aren't you plotting vengeance against us?
We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Did we mention Amber? I mean, I know I did. I'm not sure we did. Know what I mean?
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
These Valkyries? I need those for Rosaria. And of course I need the dandelion seed if I get Eula. So I'm going to need to bring in an animal so that I can get it.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Benny's
I wonder if I get a party debuff if I use the person who is responsible for the downfall of the aristocracy in my party. And again, he's responsible for the Arabian
gliding be faster?
in particular. Let's go pick up the dandelion seeds in front of the city too. There'd been a time where I was collecting them for Jean, but I stopped doing that since I wasn't really using her. I'd certainly do it again. Also, since we're here, find the Kahlua tree. One over here. Maybe it hasn't got it grouped back. I think this is one of them. Yep. And at least one of these here. One certainly is. Pigeons, since it's after dark, no team. Your protector is not here. Your lives are now for. Wow, I missed. Come on. Nothing? Each. Staring a bit more. No, the other seat blocked it.
Come on. Where is it?
Yahoo!
Not necessarily faster. Oh, Lawrence, good luck thing your last name is not Lawrence. Okay, I'm probably not going to be able to get to the end of this mission before I have to go. Maybe, maybe not. I can certainly try. No, I just got sucked in.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise, it'll keep bugging us.
You won't really take revenge, will you?
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go.
Neither can Schubert, to be.
Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
Yes.
I already have a
You're
long
relevant,
list of
Evelyn.
vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order.
Oh, so there's a right order as well as a right time and the right place.
Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
And then you can start offending her again?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
She's definitely keeping track.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack.
I've heard something like that before.
If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand.
Yes. I think I'm starting to see what you mean.
Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Your manner of speech and your bearing.
Yes, I've noticed you're quite formal.
Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation.
But I don't think it's a good example for what we're trying to do.
Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange?
I think we're being sidetracked. Focus, please.
It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For
Doesn't
example,
like what a
when greeting a
friend is.
friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
Dear friend, huh?
As the morning dew does what now?
Reach the dawn.
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you.
Which would be useless with Schubert, who sees everyone else as below him. So, not really relevant in this case.
Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Seems like a lot of work just to greet a good friend.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
Why?
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Seems good and dear are different. Sorry, Haruka.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close.
So a dear friend is not really a dear friend.
It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
So do you always have to talk this particular way?
This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Oh yeah, that was the greeting.
Wait! real-life demonstrations.
So we would first have to find someone who is equal with Eula.
Ah,
She doesn't seem to be comfortable with that.
very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Bystanders? Not nobles? Where her sleeves are shaped. And also the open back. So they are a different color.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
He's already on a bad foot.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you.
I don't think that greeting is going to work well.
Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility. What comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
That does sound a lot like what Schubert said, but I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work if we try to use it with him.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence.
Yes, but this does not apply to us. It's useless.
Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Also, her arms are crossed, so she's projecting that she is closed.
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange?
Apparently so.
The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it.
She's giving us a demonstration, that's all.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
And the list gets longer.
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Yeah, the person non grata in Mondstadt. How do they
Never
get
mind
anything
him.
done?
I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Do her boots have spurs on them? That actually makes sense. That would indicate, along with Kea being cavalry captain, that there are horses or something horse-like. There's no such thing on, say, Ganyus. No, then.
You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lord.
We've heard that
Please
before.
acknowledge the glory bestowed upon... Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Ah, right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while.
Is she doing this on purpose? It seems to me like she's demonstrating to us why the Lawrence way doesn't work.
Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
The one with the rude attitude here would seem to be you, though. How does that work?
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Maybe we should just stop for now.
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to.
Unless it's someone else of a different station, I think the result will always be the same.
I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
And the list grows longer still. Now his back is turned. Another person who would most likely be common.
You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you.
I don't think this is going anywhere either.
I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule.
This is known?
And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
I think she does.
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
It doesn't sound like she means it in that way.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here. I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Maybe we should just call it a day.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here. If you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's alright. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
You're still going to go on? Hope it's not someone else who has a similar station to them, otherwise, even the greeting will stop.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
And you still brush it off with the laugh?
Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me.
You?
Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
Like water off a duck's back, but it's sad that she's used to it.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
Or you them.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation.
This is true.
As memories
seems to
are
be.
carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
But you knew all along we'd have these kinds of problems.
Yeah, why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do.
You like to do that?
But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
More people? It isn't going to end up the same?
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now. Right? Right?
She's hoping it will stop. I think I've got...
We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement, but we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
Dragon spine for bearing training? Yeah, if you say so. Let's switch out Venti first, though.
Let's finish this quickly.
And you're still my top DPS. Let's see where we're going to train. This is a lot of stuff even before we start dealing with Schubert again. I guess Dragon Spine makes sense for her since she's cryo, but just for training? For bearing, though. Wonder what she does. Oh, there she is. Let's activate this thing first. They kind of look good together. The same sort of aesthetic, Genyu and Eula.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really...
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions. For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake.
I'm used to this kind of challenge.
This is where you can finally apply some of your adventuring knowledge.
You look pretty confident this time. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly.
Reach the objective of taking damage. An explosive bloody? I wonder if I can explode them.
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again.
Maybe Kaching is better suited.
It'll be difficult. Remember.
On.
That won't do. You've
How did I
exposed
get
your
knocked back?
shortcomings.
With
No
the
need to
throwing?
worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at first. Remember.
Alright. Goes along the way. I don't think. Destroy those. Why did it knock me?
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the
No, I
starting
haven't.
point and
It
try
was
again.
left. I'm
It'll
not
be
good.
difficult at. Remember.
Probably need to waste my time on that. Come on. You're still alive? What knocked me?
That won't do.
Yeah.
You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at. Remember.
Mhm. Oh, come on. Can I even climb up?
Speed of light.
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again.
Oh, come on. How long is this bloody challenge?
It'll be difficult at... Remember,
Jumpling.
I was doing well, and then I got bounced. Maybe because of the lag. I didn't even trigger any. Oh, I can destroy
that won't
those.
do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at... Remember,
Incoming. Hey!
Oh, come on.
Speed of light. Let's light it up.
Everything is so badly delayed. I don't think I can do this while streaming. I have so much stuff already off, but I don't think this will actually affect them. Didn't I destroy one of them? I'd have expected that to do something.
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back. It'll be difficult at first. Remember,
I guess launching into the air precludes being able to skip things as Venti.
we're way behind schedule.
Don't blink! Hey! Let's light it up!
Oh, now I understand what I blew up that time. What the? And again.
Next on the agenda? That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
Oh.
No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again.
Ow. 1 second. I temporarily turn off my stream. Although I don't really want to do it. I should be able to get past this part. I'll try it once.